Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The magic historian. My bones hurt. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered to find out the contents of the brand new Innistrad Crimson Vow Welcome Booster. So if you're not aware of the concept behind these are booster packs that are given out to LGSs for people who are essentially new to Magic the Gathering. It is to kind of ease their way into the waters, and I'm genuinely surprised to see that they created a Crimson Vow one, considering they had one for Midnight Hunt already, and normally these show up more few and far between. So I'm genuinely curious to take a look inside this one and see how it varies from the other pack. But I do actually just want to take a moment and say, I love this booster artwork. I love this goblet with the Planeswalker symbol and these fat red tallow candles that are behind it. Like, it gives a very nice Crimson Vow vibe. Now, let us crack into the pack. I'm trying something a little bit different in terms of the way I'm filming this, so let me know if it's easier to see the stuff in the video this time. As I say that, of course, there we go. Yeah, so let me know overall. Hold on. You know what? Let me see if I can get a little closer in on this. Oh, I'm a Zoom master. I'm stepping up in the world. Okay, so this is the introductory card. Welcome to the world of Magic. Here are some cards to get you started with that same nice artwork. Now, what's on the back of this? On the back of this, it says, there's no wrong way to play. Have fun and play with the group in Commander. Look at that. Number 1. They don't even start with Standard. Play with the newest cards in Standard. Open boosters and play a new deck each time in Booster Draft. All right. You know what? That's pretty simple and straightforward. And that's what you should be doing with people who are new to the game. Now, let's see what's next. Next up, we've got Make New Friends every Friday night. Who stands there looking like that? I'm going to stand there with a hand of cards and then stare up at the one card. I am the champion. So, make new friends every Friday night. Your local game store has Magic events every Friday. You know what? I want to say this right now. I like the fact that on the first 2 cards right here out of the gate, you don't have any advertisements being made for Arena or anything like that. Commander, Standard, Booster Draft is all stuff you would do at your local game store. So this is helping to support the local game store, and I appreciate that. On the other side, we have Join the Magic Community. Talk with your local store about your first purchase. They'll help you get started no matter how you want to play. Hey, it's Fibblethip! Oh man, have you seen the Fibblethip Secret Lair, the Where's Waldo Secret Lair concept? I love that so much. Anyway, so far so good. Now, let's see some Magic cards. All right, so starting out, we've got a Forest, specifically from Crimson Vow. Good lord, is it printed dark. Like, it's not just like this on the camera, I'll have you know. It's really, really dark looking. What is even going on in the artwork? Like, I'm not even looking at it through the camera. I'm staring at the card directly with my head like a foot away from it. And it's like, is that a carriage there maybe? And you got some trees. This is really, really dark. I gotta say, Wizards, not the best card to show somebody first when they go, wait, what is going on with this? I'm literally gonna, hold on, I'm gonna stick this up to my eyeball here. Yeah, wow, even this close. This is too dark. That's not good. All right, so we've got Foil Gift of Fangs. 1 black for an enchant creature that gives, what does it do? Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's a vampire. Otherwise, it gets -2/-2. The flavor text says, you are one of the few to whom we offer our blessing. What fool would reject immortality? You know what? Pretty straightforward concept that gives the idea of what's going on with Crimson Hunt. Either you're with the vampires and you're going to have a good time, or you're against them, you're going to have a bad time. And that artwork is absolutely amazing. It's really, really good. And actually really easy to see. You've got some crazy cloaked figure who looks like he's holding 2 people's heads where they're like pouring blood directly into their eyeballs or something. Like, what is going on? This is some crazy cult looking artwork. That's awesome. This is the kind of stuff that you want in a welcome booster because it immediately grabs your attention. There's a lot of flavor dripping off of this card and it ties together very well. Then, what do we got next? We've got Apprentice Sharpshooter. 1 green and 2 for a 1/4 with reach, and it's got training. And the flavor text says, Innistrad's best archers are trained by the Quiver of Kessig, an order of Cathars who specialize in ranged combat. So there you go. Now you get to see kind of the human side of the set, right? We already saw vampires. Now we're seeing humans. And the flavor text is letting us know that you have these particular archers that are a big deal in the lands of Kessig. And the artwork shows an archer, and he's getting ready to shoot at these little targets right here, a little training dummy. In the background, you've got what is, I assume, the sun setting, but it does almost kind of give like a flamey, fiery kind of vibe to the artwork too. Not too shabby. All right. Oh, then we've got Commander's Sphere. Now this tends to show up, I feel like, in a lot of these packs. So previous welcome boosters have contained the Commander Sphere, and it makes sense because any commander deck can use this, right? 3 casting cost artifact, taps for a mana of any color in your commander's color identity, and you can sack it to draw a card. So ultimately, I'm not an expert on Commander. I don't know how good this card is in Commander, but for somebody who's new to Commander, this is a really easy choice for an include. And the artwork's all right. Moving on. We've got Thirst for Discovery. Wow, they really did go hard putting Crimson Vow cards in here. That's a smart move. So Thirst for Discovery is 1 blue and 2 for an instant that says draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. This is a really good card draw spell for decks that don't have a ton of non-basic lands, because pitching a basic land is usually what you want to be doing in a lot of cases. When you're forced to discard, throwing away a basic land usually hurts the least, unless you are obviously hosed for lands. The flavor text says, this is your only warning, Alchemist. The secrets of the sea are not yours to behold. Lord Crothis will not be so merciful next time. And that's a quote from Runo Stromkirk. So you got a scenario where basically new people are going to be able to look at that and go, whoa, I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's some kind of crazy sea god or something who gets angry if you try and get his knowledge. And what's going on with this artwork, right? You got this crazy... Like, is this a scroll case full of magical knowledge? You've got this being here with, like, light blasting off his head, and he's framed by this kind of abyssal void behind him while you got all this flowing. Like, is this supposed to be a Geist? This artwork is really amazing and engaging to me. Very cool choice to include. Really helped to showcase how interesting Magic cards can be. After that, excellent. Another Crimson Vow card. Well done. All right, Markov Waltzer. 1 white, 1 red, and 2 for a 1/3 flyer with haste. Here we have our first vampire we're actually getting to see. At the beginning of combat in your turn, up to 2 target creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So this is just a whole bunch of feels good. If you're a beginner and you look at it, you're just like, whoa, he flies, he can swing and right away, he beefs up your guys. I mean, let's be real. This is not a great card. This is not a great card, but we're looking at it from the perspective of a beginner. The flavor text says, I'll lead. Oh, there you go. It's like, you ready to dance in the air? I have to admit that to me personally, the idea of the vampire going, oh, I'm going to make you dance with me is, I'm like, no. I get that it feels like Crimson Vow with the whole party and everything like that. But to me, it's like, nah, bro, I'm going to pass. I'm going to sit this one out. But still, cool concept. Then we've got, oh, what? Dude, they put Sorin in here. Interesting. A War of the Spark Planeswalker. That's a cool choice because Sorin shows up inside the storyline of Crimson Vow. So having him show up here in this pack as well, this is a nice score. This is not a bad pack at all, man. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord is 1 black, 1 white, and 2 for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker. As long as it's your turn, creatures and Planeswalkers you control have lifelink. +2, Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord deals 1 damage to target player or Planeswalker, -X. Return target creature with converted mana cost X or less from a graveyard to the battlefield, and it counts as a vampire. This card has all kinds of feels goods to it, like immediately. If you are somebody who's new to the game, you're going to look and be like, wait, this gives just not only my creatures, but my Planeswalkers lifelink too? That's amazing, you know? And then you've got the fact that his first ability does damage, and the second ability lets you bring your creatures back. So that is not too shabby at all. A nice include. And the artwork is awesome. Sorin isn't here looking like a sad little emo party boy. He is here getting hardcore with his vengeance. Love it. And then we've got, oh, look at this. Though often arrogant and sometimes cruel, Soren feels a sense of responsibility to the multiverse that has driven him to become an unlikely protector to many planes over the course of his long life, including his home plane of Innistrad. And read Soren's story at MTG Story. That's smart. And you got a picture of Soren here. What's on the other side? On the other side, meet Soren. Shouldn't that be? Wait. What? Okay. I feel like it should have started with this side. Like, you get Soren and then it says, meet Soren. Soren Markov is a powerful vampire and one of the oldest surviving planeswalkers in the multiverse. Actually, what would be better? Would it be better to have you know what? It's probably more impressive to people to see the planeswalker first and go, whoa, and then see this card rather than meet Soren. He likes to drink, although it does look like he's holding a cell phone, right? So, anyways, that's all right. That's not too shabby. A nice little like flavor for the planeswalker. Then what do we got here? Come on now. Focus! Oh, I'm spoiling it in advance here. We're not supposed to do that. Okay. Wow. All right. Dearly Departed. Wow, that's an interesting choice. 2 white and 4 for a 5/5 flyer. As long as Dearly Departed is in your graveyard, each human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. I think this might have been from the first Innistrad, actually. Never forget our ancestors. They have not forgotten us. And that is a quote from Macias the Lunarch. So, this gives you another view into the world of Innistrad with the spirits that have moved on to another world, but at the same time, look over the humans that still exist by giving them the +1/+1 counters. So this does feel like the kind of card that would excite a noob, right? You're looking at, whoa, it's a gigantic flyer. And when it goes to the graveyard, it just automatically has this effect where my creatures get +1/+1 counters. Like, that's awesome. So that seems like a good include. Overall, so far, I'm pretty impressed with this pack. What do we got after it? Oh, Niv Mizzet the Firemind. All right. Wait, was he in the last one? I can't remember. 2 red, 2 blue, and 2 for a 4/4 legendary dragon wizard. So this is the first time in this box, basically, that you're encountering the concept of a legendary creature. We already kind of got the idea of legendary from the Planeswalker, but this drives home that you also get it with the creatures, has the special kind of stylized frame, and Niv Mizzet's really cool, man. He's a feel-good card. You get a 4/4 flying dragon wizard. The idea of a dragon wizard is awesome. And then you tap him to draw a card, but also, whenever you draw a card, he deals 1 damage to any target. So this is one of those cards that just rewards you for doing something you were going to do anyways, just like the Dearly Departed card we saw, where it's like, oh, so wait a minute. My normal draw each turn just lets me do 1 damage to any target, and then I can tap him to draw a card and do another damage to any target? And then obviously you take it a little bit further, and they go, whoa, wait a minute, what about this card that I got in there? That will let me draw 3 cards. Wow, I could do like 5 damage in 1 turn and anything. And then on top of that, this also can serve as a commander, right? Because this is the first legendary creature that we're seeing in the pack. So this actually ticks a lot of boxes all at once and shows a very cool character from Magic the Gathering's history, right? Niv Mizzet is now actually the living guild pact after being reborn. Nicol Bolas destroyed him. He was able to basically ensnare his own soul in a device of his own creation and rebirth himself. Niv Mizzet is really epic. So this is an awesome choice. Then we've got Voldaren Epicure. So this is 1 red for a 1/1. When Voldaren Epicure enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Create a blood token. So to me, clearly this is included to kind of give you the idea of these special framed Magic cards. Like, take a look at this crazy, I don't even know what they call these particular showcase frames for Crimson Vow, but that's obviously why this is included. It's meant to fit into the vampire theme overall. It's meant to give you a view into the new style of framing. But the problem I have with this is it's ultimately underwhelming. After you've seen things like Niv Mizzet and Soren and everything else, and then you just end up with this guy, you just look at him and go, okay, it's just a 1/1 that does 1 damage to your opponent and makes a blood token. It's not bad, do you know what I mean? But I just feel like going to this guy after seeing some really hype stuff, that should have been earlier in the pack, in my opinion. We should have seen that at the same time that we were seeing like this guy and this spell. It should have been mixed in there as opposed to being at the very end, because it is kind of a come down, and you imagine these packs are going to be gone through sequentially, so you kind of want to build up, 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 and end on a powerful note. That's my opinion, at least, right? Who knows? Anyways, the artwork on this is pretty funky. The card itself is all right. Let's take a look at what's behind it. What's behind it is a code. This gives you a wild wizardry deck. So basically, you know what? I'll leave that right there. And if you happen to be the first one who got to this point in the video and play Arena, congratulations. Enjoy your new deck. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, my friends. Big thank you to all my patrons. And I'm going to leave links to some of my other enjoyable videos up on the screen for you to watch. And I'll see you guys next time.